My problem started when Stratos, the Team Extreme leader, started to interfere with these plans, snuffing out my best tornadoes with those blasted cyclonic missiles.
My weather! My weather will triumph!
Well, I thought I'd taken care of Team Extreme after I'd zapped Stratos into safekeeping and scared the rest off, but no. Some new recruit showed up and started to undo all my masterwork. Oh, I had floods, typhoons, and Arctic freezes happening in some of the greatest places on Earth. Honestly, it was beautiful. I mean, terrible.
Technically, I could send them like that. I'm beginning to float away myself.
In my genius! I mean madness. I lured this novice recruit into trap after trap, only to be undone. All that annoying Team Extreme equipment, like that flying storm runner and that chatty little infobot, made it tough for me to stay, well, focused.
There's no way you could have beaten me. It's inconceivable that you could have beaten me.
My final undoing, and the beginning of my rehabilitation, came after this young recruit disabled my weather control network and set all the world's weather back in its boring old balance. Hip hip, hooray.
This is not over, do you hear me? Not by a long shot, my friends. This is not over. Do you hear me? It's not over!
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be working here at MUCC.
Let's level with each other, Jonah. The PR people hired you to generate good publicity. I had nothing to do with it. I don't want you in my division any more than you wanted to be here.
Oh, well, I want to be here, sir. I mean, the press hasn't been very kind to me, but I'm a lot more sincere than they think I am. I'm not like I was.
Well, your image certainly needs cleaning up. But we don't clean up images here, we clean up pollution. I don't know what stunt you're trying to pull, but you working for MUCC won't convince anyone of anything. You should look for a job that's more suited to your background.
I want more. I want people to believe in me. I want people to look at their television sets and say, look at that Jonah Greenstreet. What he did today. Now, if that's not a good enough reason to want to get into the environmental cleanup business, then I don't know what is, sir.
Well, at least you're enthusiastic.
We are looking at the second largest oil spill in this nation's history. The wrecked tanker is on the right. Yes, this is Kotzebue Sound. But what happened? Where's the oil? Ask MUCC Corporation. None other than Mr. Greenstreet has made a startling innovation in oil cleanup technology.
Well, it was simple, actually. I just started at MUCC when it occurred to me that instead of using fertilizer to get microbes to eat tar, maybe we could change the microbes themselves, breed them, or change them to need less food. Once I had the idea, all I need was time in a genetics lab. So
Who could have thought criminal genius could be reformed into such incredible business savvy? Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, your new president, Jonah Greenstreet.
Stop. Applaud yourselves. Applaud the company. The MUCC Corporation is the real guest of honor here tonight. You know, they call us the world's janitor. Well, as you know, I'm going to take this company far beyond custodial work. I think we all agree that it's time to stop cleaning up messes and start preventing them from happening in the first place.
Yes.
Sustainability. That is the word of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. We must take from the earth only what we can put back. We must show industries how to reuse their waste the way nature reuses its waste. We must restructure taxes and tariffs to promote innovation, conservation, and sustainable growth. Sustainability. We must take responsibility for life on this planet. We must...
Excuse me, can I help you? Oh, it's you. I'm sorry, do you start today? That's right, we'd scheduled a meeting. I'm Ivy, director of Team Extreme's Green Team. I apologize, but the computers are down. Well, everything's down. It's like a tornado hit this place last night. Let's see, what can we do? Look, I wish I could show you around, but I gotta get the auxiliary power going. We lost the hydro generator, the solar panels, the windmill, the whole power grid, in fact. As you might imagine, we're pretty busy. Hey, why don't you see if you can lend a hand? Riptide, for instance, could use some help in the Aqua Biocenter, down that hallway. I'll come check on you this afternoon. Good luck.
You made it. Cool. Hey, can you give me a hand with this? I heard you know a thing or two about robots. Well, this used to be Gaia, one of our best infobots. Man, why did they have to hurt her? She was the only infobot who seemed to have any real personality. I dusted for fingerprints, but the only clue I found was a cigar butt on the floor. No one in the green team smokes, so this definitely wasn't an accident. Maybe Gaia has some memory of what happened. If I could only figure out how these pieces go together.
Hey man, taking a look around? I'm Sunshine. It's good to meet you finally. I was in Brazil when you interviewed. Well, welcome to the biodiversity greenhouse. I'd show you around, but some of our endangered species have just become a little more endangered. Someone's been playing games with the green team's plumbing. The section's broken in half. If I can't dig up the broken joint and fix it in an hour, we're gonna start losing tropical plants. Oh, hey, why don't you take a look at the garden outside? I haven't had a chance to get out there. It's on the same irrigation system, so could probably use some water. And if I fix the plumbing, maybe I'll show you what we're doing. We've had a fight to get some of these specimens. I mean, people are pretty cool about helping endangered animals, but it's hard to get them excited about plants. And sometimes I think that if we could all just appreciate the simpler organisms like trees and flowers, we might learn to take care of the natural world. Anyway, see you in a bit.
they're back! They got the power! No, lights work. Man, don't sneak up on people. That's the first thing I learned on the street. Don't goof around, because you never know what a mark's gonna do. He could have been a corporate terrorist or something. We sure got enough of them around here. Ivy calls me paranoid, but someone's trying to do a number on the green team. I know that much. Oh, look at my saltwater tank. It's all busted up. And with the power so low, my refrigeration chamber's down. It's all I can do to save this oil clump and bacteria I was working on. Man, it's like someone came in here and did just the right thing to keep me busy all day. And I'll tell you something else just between you and me, kid. It's a big company behind all this. There's lots of money out there set against environmentalists like you and me. Being in the green team's like being on the street, kid. You gotta watch your back. Hate to say it. Anyway, if I don't get going, I'm gonna lose 10 months of research. Hey, you wanna do me a favor? This tank's in bad shape, and if we don't do something soon, we're gonna lose some endangered fish. Now the frame's all cracked, so we gotta move the saltwater fish to the freshwater tank, which means, of course, first treating the water in here. Why don't you get started by taking the freshwater fish out to the pond? Then worry about the rest. I got a bucket under the sink out front. Peace up, kid.